Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be doing a Nekroz deck profile. So this deck is something that I have always, and I mean always, wanted to profile on my channel. I have played it on Yugioh Pro for years. I have played this deck, with friends builds, but I never really had the actual money to build Nekroz, because Nekroz of Bionic was all upwards of like $120 when it first came out, and Nekroz of Valkyries was, even as much as like $90 when it first came out. So I never really had the opportunity to build this, so I settled on building Shaddolls at the time. So without further ado, guys, I get to finally deck profile the deck that I have always wanted to profile, and that is Nekroz. Thanks to Dual Power, which I've been really, really excited for. You guys should have seen me when they actually announced the Dual Power Nekroz reprints. I lost it. I lost it. So without further ado, let's get straight on this. Before we do, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad, and let's get straight on into this. Funny thing, too, when the Secret Forces actually released, Walmart was still doing ad matches, and I was ad matching packs for 40 cents a piece because there was a seller on Amazon that had them for 40 cents a piece for some reason with like $5 shipping, and they wouldn't charge the shipping, so I would just ad match it for 40 cents, and they would actually let me have the packs for 40 cents, and I pulled a Valkyries out of it that way, but I ended up selling the Valkyries because I couldn't pull any of the other stuff. So, yeah. So let's get straight on into this. So first off, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Nekroz of Bionic. So Nekroz of Bionic's effect is basically it's the searcher of the deck. You can discard this card to add a Nekroz monster from your deck to your hand, and then when it's on the field, you can target up to 2 face-up monsters on the field that were special summoned from the extra deck and shuffle them into the deck, which is amazing. Just a really, really good busted effect about the Nekroz of Bionic. So then we kind of play 3 copies of Nekroz of Valkyries. Nekroz of Valkyries is something that I feel like it's a good 3 of in the deck. Some people play 2. I think it's a good 3 of because when it's on the field or when it's in your hand, your opponent declares a direct attack. You can banish a Nekroz in your grave and discard it and negate the attack and then in the battle phase. So it's kind of like Effect Veiler in a way. It can really save you at some points if they, kill your unicorn or something like that, and you're just sitting on the Valkyries and you're like, or you're sitting with the Valkyries in the hand, you have like Bionic because you've discarded it to search. So the other added effect of it is during your main phase, you can contribute it to 2 cards on from your hand or field, and if you do, draw the same number of cards you attributed, which is really, really good because it can help you unbreak your hand if you ever do break, which this deck doesn't break all that much, but it helps you draw like your incantations and stuff like that, and your other ritual spells, even pre-prep and Zaborg and stuff like that, which I actually have some interesting techs in this deck that I've wanted to try out, and actually working pretty well. So then we play 2 copies of Nekroz of Trishula. I wish I could play this at 3. I really wish I could play it at 3, but it's just perfect at 2. It's almost your win condition. When a card effect is activated that targets a Nekroz monster you control, quick effect, you can discard it and then negate the activation. It also has the ability of when it's ritual summon, you can banish exactly 3 cards from your opponent, 1 each from your opponent's hand, field, and grave. And the card in their hand is chosen at random, which is kind of cool. And it's just a really good effect to be able to just kind of make your opponent go -3 just off of summoning it. Then we play 2 copies of Nekroz of Colossalus. This card's effect is you discard it to add a Nekroz spell or trap from your deck to your hand. It's just a really good 2 of. I don't think you need it at 3, to be honest with you. And when it's on the field, you can target on face-up monster your opponent controls that was special summoned from the extra deck, and until the end phase of the turn, the attack becomes 0. Also, the target's effects are negated. Then we play for the 1 of ritual monsters for the Nekroz. I play 1 copy of Nekroz of Gungnir. I wish I'd have an ultimate rare, but I really like the secret rare, to be honest with you, over the ultimate rare. But the Nekroz of Gungnir's effect is during either player's turn, you can discard it, then target a Nekroz monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects this turn, which is kind of cool. It's kind of like Forbidden Lance in a way. And then during either player's turn, you can discard a card, Nekroz card, and then target a card on the field and destroy it when it's on the field, which is really nice. Then we play 1 Nekroz of Unicorn. This card is almost the win condition besides your Trishula. This card's effect is that when it's on the field, you can discard this card and then target a Nekroz card in your grave, except another copy of Unicorn, add it back to your hand. We never want to do that because this card's still at 1. I think on the next list it's going to go back to 3. I don't think it would really affect Nekroz all that much. And then once per turn, you can negate the effect of all face-up monsters on the field that were special summoned from the extra deck. I think that this card is seriously going to go back to 3, and it's going to make this deck really, really interesting, and you are going to play this card at 3 when it does. So then we play for the last blue card in the main deck, because we play a couple of blue cards in the extra deck. We play 1 copy of Implication, Chalice Slime. Basically, this is just to help us get our implications or incantations on the field as quickly as possible, just to be able to do that. And that's it for the blue cards. For the other monsters, I'm going to move this to the side really quick so you guys can really quickly look at that. That's what I'm playing for the blue cards or the ritual monsters. Let's get into the main deck monsters. So for the main deck monsters, we're going to be playing 1 copy of Shuret. I don't think this card's going to come back at any more than 1 right now. I think they're going to bring Unicorn back to more than 1 right now. Because I'm recording this before we get a ban list update. I really think that Shuret's going to be the one that stays to 1 for now because of its really good effect. If you ritual summon exactly 1 Nekroz monster with this card, you can use this card as the whole tribute. And if it's used for the whole tribute, you can, if this card is tributed, which all ritual spells tribute the monsters, you can add a warrior type Nekroz monster from your deck to your hand, which is amazing. It's either Colossalus, your Trish, or your Brionic. It's either one of those 3, which is just amazing that you can add any of those that you want. And then we play 1 copy of Dance Princess. I really like playing the 1 of Dance Princess. An interesting thing that you guys might not have noticed, look at this really quick. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed the misprint, but down here, somewhere in the card text, it actually is a misspell. Oh, in the original one. Not in this one, but in the, yeah, right there. Nekroz. It's spelled with a C instead of a K, which is interesting. So, I just thought you guys would want to see that little point out. So, the next one that I play is 3 copies of Zaborg the Mega Monarch. Zaborg the Mega Monarch is basically just here to send a bunch of cards from our extra deck to the grave to get us some searches and stuff. You really need it as a 3 of. You can either play this or Cyber Angel Benton and Vanity's Ruler. I'm not playing Cyber Angel and Vanity's Ruler, but I have something that you can change out if you want to. So this is my tech card, and I want you guys to comment down below and tell me what you think it is. Comment right down there. Tell me what you think. It's not my personal tech. I've seen other people play it, but it's kind of more rare than the Vanity's Ruler and Zaborg. So comment down below. Tell me what you think it is. It's just a 2 of that I've thrown in this deck. You can change this out if you want to for Vanity's Ruler and Cyber Angel Benton, but comment down below. Tell me what you think it is. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. So it is 2 copies of Denko Sekka. So I feel like this card's really good in the deck because it cannot be special summoned, and while you control no set spell and trap cards, which you never set anything in this deck anyways, neither player can set spell and trap cards nor activate spell and trap cards that are set on the field. So it can really lock your opponent down on cards that can, you know, really stop you and really hinder you. So I thought it was a good 3 of. Or 2 of. So then, for the next card, I play 2 copies of Manju, or 3 copies of Manju. You always play 3 copies of Manju because it searches either your ritual spells or your ritual monsters. And then for the incantations, or whatever they are, we play 2 copies of Talismandra, 2 copies of Candle, because you need Candle, 2 copies of Bookstone, and 2 copies of Pensive Plume. So you need these in the deck just to be able. I just play 2, 2, and 2 because you need to play these. You want to see these 2, the book and the pen, so you can special summon out Talismandra and Candle to be able to get your searches. These add back from graveyard to hand either a ritual spell or ritual monster. These add from deck to hand a ritual spell or ritual monster. So you can actually summon all 4 of them in 1 turn, which is amazing. You just have to either reveal a ritual spell or ritual monster, special summon the one that you have in your hand, and then pick 1 in your deck and special summon the 1 in your deck, and then gain the effect that you want. So that's pretty much it. These are good to see special summon late game. These are good to special summon early game, pretty much. So that's it for all the main deck monsters. Let's get into the spells really quick. So we don't actually play that many spells, and the extra deck will go really, really fast. So I actually play 7 ritual spells. I play 1 copy of Inception. You need 1 copy of Inception. It just helps you ritual summon just anything that you need to ritual summon, and it works so well with the incantation monsters. 2 copies of Mirror. You need Mirror at 2. I think Mirror is a good 2 of because it lets you special summon any of your Nekroz monsters to tribute Nekroz monster from your hand or field, or banish Nekroz monsters from your grave, and then you get to ritual summon any 1 Nekroz monster. 2 copies of Cycle. You need the double Cycle as well. This card's actually going to get reprinted in Battles of Legion or Battles of Legend, the 3rd Battles of Legend pack. I don't know if they call it Legion or Legend. I don't remember. But you get to, this is going to get reprinted, so you're going to have a whole hollow deck, which is going to be awesome. This card can be used to ritual summon any Nekroz ritual monster. You tribute monsters from your hand or field in return. Then ritual summon a Nekroz monster in your hand or grave. So it can grab them back out of the grave and special summon, which is cool. And then 2 copies of Kaleidoscope. The double Kaleidoscope really helps because you have so many targets in the extra deck that you can send. Like, for instance, you can send something like your Shooting Quasar Dragon to summon Colossalus and your Trishula at the same time, which is just really, really busted. You can send something like Star Eater to the grave to special summon out Colossalus and your Valkyrus. And then you can send even just Trishula, which I play Trishula as another target, to special summon our Trishula. Or Brionac to special summon Brionac. So, I mean, like, we have all sorts of different targets in our extra deck to be able to use Kaleidoscope with. Then for the final 2 cards of the main deck, I play 2 copies of Preparations of Rites, or Preparation of Rites, which is add a level 7 or lower ritual monster from your deck to your hand, which is usually going to be Brionac, so I can continue searching. And then add a spell from your grave to your hand that's a ritual spell. And we play 7, so we have plenty of room to wiggle. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck, which the extra deck will go really, really quick. So for the extra deck, for our Zabork targets, I'm playing 2 copies of Herald of the Arclight. I don't actually have a third one, that's why I'm only playing 2. And I had some other cards that I wanted to throw in here to test, so I just play 2. If you want to play 3, definitely play 3. It is a 3-of in the deck, but I only had 2, like I said. So I put in another Nekroz target, or actually I put in a secret tech, which I will show you guys at the end of the video. So then we play 3 copies of Totally Awesome. You need the 3 copies of Totally Awesome because when it's sent to the graveyard, you get to target a water monster in your graveyard and add it back to your hand. So you need to use this to be able to add any Nekroz card back from your graveyard to your hand. 3 copies of Elder Entity. You need 3 copies of this. I know that was so bad. So then when it's sent to the graveyard, you get to target a card on the field and destroy it. And you can use this as many times as you send them to the grave. So if you send all 3, you get to target 3 cards on the field and destroy it, which is just really, really good. And plus, Zaborg is a level 8, so you just send these 8 to the grave, and you just look at your opponent and go, yeah, let's go. I'm adding 3 from grave, 2 from deck, and destroying 3 cards on your field off Zaborg. Yeah, let's go. So then we play 1 copy of Omega. You can send Omega as well because it helps you when it's in the grave. And it's also a target to summon Valkyrus because Valkyrus is level 8. 1 copy of Brionac. Like I said, these are just my Kaleidoscope targets. Is Brionac, Trishula, Star Eater, and Shooting Quasar Dragon. These are just my targets for, like I said, just to summon off the other one. You just need a level 12, a level 11, a level 9, a level 6, and a level 8. Like, you could play any extra deck monster that's a 12, 11, 9, 6, and 8. That's all you need. And then my little tech that I like to play, I've seen other people play it, but I really like this, is one Nefertiti's the Sacred Flame. Basically, if you use ritual monsters, if you use 3 ritual monsters to summon it, it goes up to 4,800. It cannot be destroyed by card effects or by battle, and it's just huge. Like I've heard other people say, if you wait for the Boral load and then you summon this, you win. Like, that's it. This is a win condition. It's amazing. It's the only card that I ever actually summon in the extra deck besides my little secret tech, which I'm not going to let you guys guess for this one because I already got you to give a guess for the other one. And it is 1 copy of Eelsworn Exciton Knight. Because you can summon this off of, like, Double Manju, which happens sometimes, or Unicorn and Manju, and it happens sometimes too, where you just need to blow the entire board. So, or Danko and Manju, which happens. So it just depends on what you need. So that's it for the deck, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this deck. I really hope I did this deck justice. This deck is so much fun. Like, I cannot emphasize how much fun this deck is to play. It's still good. I still think that this deck is probably tier 2 right now. And depending on what they do with it on the next ban list, I think it could even get even better than it is now. I don't think we're ever going to get Degenlock because of Patrick Hoban. His fault, totally. But I think we're actually going to get Unicorn back, and I totally could see Shirt coming back to 3, but I think it's going to be Unicorn first and then Shirt. So anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell in there so you can become part of our notification squad, and hit that subscribe button right in the middle of your screen so you can get all of my Yu-Gi-Oh content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.